Welcome.
You're now tuned into STWF TV, the Parlay Perspective. The Parlay Perspective. Where we talk hockey.
Feed Byfield around one man in on goal. Scores! What a goal! Quentin Byfield! And that gets Jim Fox out of his seat here at Crypto.com Arena.
Basketball.
To take matters into his own hands, Van Horn. Now, you got to get this thing from Curry's kick. With the snap. Oh, my God. Throw it down, Kobe.
Football.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
Oh, my God.
Wilson's gonna lob one, and somehow, some way, Paul Richardson comes up with the ball.
Cuts upfield. Hurdles over a couple of people.
Oh my goodness, did you see that? He hit Steve Brown with what looked like a karate kick.
Baseball and more.
Well, there goes again. Pitch is swung on a miss. Throw to second base is high. They're going to say that Rojas got in the way. It doesn't matter. Sosa tagged him out anyway. That was an amazing catch and tag by Sosa.
In the air along the line in right. Long way to go for Jake. Foul ground, and he's got it. And he's up and over.
The Parlay Perspective. The Parlay Perspective.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. It's the Parlay Perspective. I'm Dale. We got Unc in the house tonight. What's going on, Unc?
Hey, man, you know it's crazy. Listen, I forgot I was on show with that long-ass intro, man. I'm tired. I was over here going to sleep. But, hey, it's your dude, Unc, man, in the building. You know it's about to go down in here with the fellas, man. What's that? What you appreciate it, Dale, baby.
All right. Meta Watt in the house. What's up, man?
What's going on? Let's get to it. You heard?
All good. All right. Will in the house. What's going on? And Will is on mute.
I'm glad he muted because I felt like Fred G. Sanford when I seen his square pop in, I had to use the restroom. You know how when Fred seen Esther, he gave her heartburns. So when I see Will, he made me run to the restroom.
All right. And Coach Lee in the house.
What's the damn deal, Dale?
All right. We got a good show for y'all. Yesterday was Championship Sunday. We're the champions. There we go. That's the champions right there.
Bro, muted himself.
And OKC, both crown champion yesterday on a Sunday. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about OKC.
Hey, listen. First thing I got to talk about, I thought, you could tell that they're popping bottles. They couldn't pop bottles, but I thought, I'm in here drinking with them, and I don't know what just happened. It was a glitch that, we just come off the screen and pop back up. I didn't know what just happened there.
Yes.
Oh.
What happens is on the left, you see how they have those two scenes. The main scene is the main one where we're all just on here without any crowd.
Riveting for the fans. Riveting for the fans.
It's the scene with the slides. And when you don't have everybody up on both scenes, that's what happens. So,
Gotcha. Well, this looks like the old 80s show, Hollywood Square.
And make sure everything is good. But, something happened and I didn't do that today. So that's
all good.
I'm boycotting this topic being first. We're not talking about OKC first. I told you that.
Yes, we are.
We're not.
Oh, yes, we are.
Not.
Oh, yes, we are. No. We're talking basketball.
Get this baseball out of here first.
Y'all cannot hold yourself.
Let's talk basketball. All right, play with me, Dale. I'm gonna make this an hour segment. Let's go.
Nice. Yeah, it is.
All right, so SGA is the MVP here. Anybody disagree with this?
Hell no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he had one game below 30.
Well deserved. I just don't like his game.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, SJ, he had like a legendary performance. He had like 29 points, 12 assists in Game 7. You know, and like Will said, he had back-to-back 30-point efforts in Game 5. You know, and Game 7. So, I mean, you know, it's like he's on a whole nother stratosphere. You know, he's like on Mount Vernon, Mount Everest, one of them damn mountains with the people faces on there, you know, with like
Rushmore.
There it is, that he's like the NBA Rushmore.
He's a teacher.
You know,
Put him on Mount Vernon, damn it.
You know, the few players to not only win the MVP, you know, the finals MVP, but he also won the scoring title, you know, the finals MVP, you know, at the age of 26. And the only other players to do that was none other than Kareem, MJ, of course, and Shaq Diesel, baby.
Shaq Diesel.
Yes, sir. So
Shaq Diesel probably would have did it twice if they didn't give one of his to Nash.
That part.
But hey, the series went to Game 7. I know most of you guys were calling for Game 6, and most of the people in the media was calling for 6 games. But it went to 7, and it started off with an injury, with Halliburton going down with Achilles injury in the first quarter. That's terrible. Just because it's going to affect next year too.
Oh, his whole next year is gone. It's over.
Oh, was that what Damian Lillard had?
Lillard had it. Tatum had it.
Kobe Bryant.
Who? Oh, yeah, Kobe had it back then. Fucking. Also, there's like 8 other guys in the league who got it this year. 3 of them on the Pacers. Wiseman and I forget the other guy's name, but Wiseman and another player on their team also, I think Jackson, also tore their Achilles this season. People are going to try to blame the sneakers. It's not the sneakers at all. It is
sneakers.
Because a lot of people are playing in low tops now.
Low tops, yeah.
But that's not what's doing it.
The hell's wrong with them playing in low tops?
Exactly. This ain't goddamn.
That's the thing, though. See, because all you old heads in here are still thinking about how low tops used to be made because they were just low tops. They weren't meant to be balled in. Now they make low tops made for basketball, where the base is wider, where the base is wider in the back, all of that shit. So the real problem is just, I've said this about every sport. It's too many fucking games. It's too many games. You're playing too many games.
Oh man, listen, there's a difference when you go to the dollar matinee and you pay real money to go to the movies. The time you sit there is different. No, I mean they're getting paid all this money. What do you expect them to have, like 5 games? They're getting $30 million contracts.
They're playing too many. What can you achieve in 82 or figure out in 82 that you can't figure out in 72? Tell me.
But it's all about the fans. This is what I'm paying for. I'm paying for all of these games.
Okay.
You know what? So, with that same
you
theory,
paying for guys to get hurt.
Yes, that's what I want. Blood loss. Gridiron football. I don't want this fairy tale type of, oh, you touch me wearing a condom helmet. No, I want to see dudes with no bleeding. I want to see gridiron people getting hurt. Yes, that's what I pay my money for.
That's the only sport that I don't think is too many games. I think they're trying to get there. But you're talking about it in terms of football. This is same football, though. It's not, though, because they play too often.
Do you know, okay, back in the day, these guys wore masks not to protect their face, because they had, they were cute. Dudes were throwing elbows. Rasheed Wallace was throwing elbows on dudes back in the days. So they were getting nose broken. They were getting a lot more injuries than these dudes now. These dudes are wearing face masks just to save the mascara on their eyes. It's like, man, these dudes are soft. No.
They're not soft. The game is long. So in terms of football, in terms of all sports, athletes are more explosive now. Everyone, because of medical science, because of all the conditioning they do that they didn't do back then, guys are more physically gifted now. And because of that, but it doesn't change. No matter how much you bulk up, no matter how much you get in shape, you can't train your ligaments and joints to sustain this type of explosion. So this is what's going to happen. The more the game gets more athletic, the less games you got to play. It's too many games.
Okay. So to that same logic, let me rewind to something I said earlier. Play. He, meaning this guy with 3 names, SGA, he becomes one of few players to win MVP. Blah 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 blah. Joining Kareem. So I'm just saying. So you're saying the game is faster. So he's not breaking any new records. So he's joining a team of guys who played during this time where these were doing that, where they were playing hard.
Right. Where the injuries are elbows to the face and shit like that. That it's not, but it's not joint injuries. That's a different thing that you're talking about.
Okay, well, you got a point there. Yeah, I digress. You got a point.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think part of it could possibly be to everything is so specialized and they isolate certain muscles and they get fatigued over time versus, like Will said, the old heads where the game was a little bit more inside, outside, defense is more aggressive, so using all the muscles on your body.
I kind of agree. I just think it's like a flat tire situation. Eventually, a tire's gonna go flat after so many miles. We just don't know when it's gonna happen, and that Achilles pops, and it just happens.
And that's also what happens when you play through injury. I would say social media plays a role in this because every player is more publicized and more attacked. And so they feel like I got to play through shit. I got to get on the court. I can't sit out this when they should be sitting.
I mean, how much shit when he got hurt and he wasn't supposed to play, and then he played that game in the very next game, this happened. Then the same thing similar happened to KD as well.
So think about how much shit we gave Kawhi Leonard for all the load management. Now, the real reason we give him shit though is because then he does play and still gets hurt. So why are you even saying, like, if you're gonna get hurt anyway, what are we doing? But the point is that they should be load managing. But then again, we got the unks of the world who like, I paid my money, play the game. And
don't listen. Y'all don't want to see me in the strip club. Don't tell me nothing.
Mike saying that the league is already soft. And if they cut down on games, they're admitting that they're soft.
Thank you. And all right, now let's keep that top. He brought it up. Wait, hold on, wait. So you know what was the big fuss why I brought up the NBA? Because they were saying, they play too many games. They get so hurt, and they cut down the games. Did that stop people from getting hurt? No, they're still getting hurt because why? People are soft. When I see centers in basketball, right, shooting a 3-pointer, I get hot.
Yo, so you could name on 2 hands. You can name on 2 hands only all the guys in the league from the 60s to the 80s who played above the rim. Now it's everyone. It's a different game. These guys are playing with more explosion now.
That is
so
true.
To act like they're soft because they don't hack as much. We don't see Bird throwing punches at people. Like I get it. I understand. If y'all want that level of physicality, go watch hockey.
But hey, you know one thing of us old guys, it's our job to push our old ways on this new regime because if not, we're going to
stifle change. To stifle change. Good job.
Exactly. Because, when I was growing up, the old heads, they'll say, see, back in my days, we wore shorts this high. Hell no, I'm not wearing no high-ass basketball shorts.
So that part you don't want.
Hell no.
Hey, please take some of this aggression out on the refs that call ticky-tack not even touch fouls, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying, but they do that to try to preserve the players. It's bullshit. It's annoying, but
that's why I'm not a fan of it.
Hey, look what happens when you don't. You let these they call it some ticky-tack foul, but they let them play physical for them last 2 games. My man goes down. Why?
What'd you say, Coach?
Wear and tear.
I was saying that all the ticky-tack fouls and stuff, that's why I'm not a fan of SGA's game.
Yeah.
To be fair though, he would have led the league in scoring if he never shot a single free throw this year. He's that much of a killer this year. He was murdering people.
So, all right. So, one thing, but before we just move, I want to just definitely give a shout out. I want to ask the panel this. So, I get, why Halliburton, played. But if given that same opportunity to whereas, you know what I'm saying, he had to go in, you know, everyone had to know going in, it's at least an 80% chance of him popping his Achilles. Have y'all made this same decision?
It's game 6 and 7. Yeah, you gotta go.
I agree.
Championship.
So you gonna burn a house? So you gonna sell a house for a good time? I mean, because you know you're gonna lose it. There's no way to the last 4 quarters at this level with that bum Achilles.
If he plays 15 years, 20 years, never gets a championship, how do we view him? If he wins 1 championship but only gets to play 6 years, how do we view him?
Like Charles Book. Goddamn, took the words out my mouth. I was trying to be nice and let him finish.
Barkley, Ewing, Iverson, great players. We always hold over their head. Didn't win the big one.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's in the dance. I can see if it's just a playoff game. If you're just in a regular playoff game, like before the finals, yeah. If you hurt, sit out. If your team can't do it without you, that sucks. We'll be back next year, hopefully. But you can't guarantee a trip to the big dance. When you're there, you're going to play. I understand it. I don't think it's right, but I understand it.
Right. Agree. All right. So, Jake, what do you think? Well, we got a question. Hold on. What the question is, if the NBA allowed the 80s and 90s level of physicality again, and the players actually had to be skilled and not just athletic, the more severe injuries would go away.
You know what's funny that he says this? You know what's funny? Because his basketball Jesus is why it's like this. The ISO era of athletes started with Jordan. So it's your fault, your era. Fuck this all up for everybody. In fact, Steph Curry came along and tried to fix this shit. That's why everybody's shooting from 30 instead of trying to dunk on everybody.
Damn, I said, next topic. No, all right, shit, who I'm talking about? But now, before we go, all right, hold on. Before we move on, Jake, what do you think? So if given the same situation, you know, you knew, you know, it was a high percentage that your Achilles or you would get an injury, would you play?
Depending on situation and like we're talking about with the NBA championship, absolutely. You gotta go try to you gotta go try to lay it all out on the floor. That's the whole point. That's what you play for a championship.
Easy to say for a
all right. Meta, what you think?
Oh shit. Oh, first off, Hallie, praise up to you. Yeah, you're an athlete. You're gonna play. He played throughout all that, and he had something extra to prove between this star and superstar thing. Said it plenty of times.
They were giving him shit all year. That too.
Number 2, for anybody talking about the NBA soft, this and that, we've seen the best parity we've seen in the NBA in about 10 years. Parity, where all teams got a chance every night to go compete and win. We got the big dogs as the champions in our mind, but we just seen who won the championship. OKC. Shout out to Sam Presti. Shout out to that team. Shout out to SGA, man. He facilitated the game in the series. Nobody can fuck with him. You know, of course, Indiana has some matches for him and all that. Shout out to Rick Carlisle too. Might be the last coach of the team. Man, this finals was fire. This finals was great. Yep. I know everybody had their damn eyes on the NBA this season watching playoff games. You know what I'm saying? Because the dominant teams weren't dominating. And that's a sweet thing. So shout out to the NBA, man, claiming the spot until the NFL comes on, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, so if you had so you saying if you was, you know, had a high percentage of getting injured long term, you would play. If you know had an Achilles injury, you would play in Game 7.
Yeah, because you never championships and championship series we could say are not given. Being in the championship is like, oh shit, you're in the championship. You got to try to go get that. You got to go try to win. We've been plenty of players and franchises and history in the league that have been hurt. That's like, this is the finals, especially. I'm going to go out there and perform and play. It may not end up good, but hey, that's what it is.
Also, if he sat Game 7 with just a calf strain, do you understand what would have led this show and how bad it would have been for him? What would have led every show? And how crazy it would have been for him? It would have been, he is as soft as we said he was. He is a bitch. He don't want to play. He's not dedicated. Do not re-sign him. That's all we would have talked about.
So what does this benefit him now?
Who? What? He would have not been hurt. He would have not been walking out of a hospital with a boot on. See, listen, pay me because I would have got paid anyway because I think Ryan Artest won a 6-man one year when he sat the bench. So listen, even players on the bench get championship rings. So I would have not played. And if I would have, I would have played limited time. So I don't, I get it.
Why you want to know why Ron Artest won the 6th Man of the Year award? Because he wasn't the best player on that team.
Because he knew not to play all those minutes. He could have been there. Once he changed,
we gotta pick a side. My point is we gotta pick a side because we're killing them for an 82-game season when they're load managing. We're making whole rules so that they can't even be eligible for awards if they play a certain amount of games.
Well, you know what they say. Like ballerinas, they complain about their feet hurt. Strippers, they also complain about their feet hurt. But they get paid for it. So it comes with it, just like a baby.
How did they get hurt?
Complains about the scar, right? It comes with it. No one wants to hear about the scar. Send me the baby.
Hold on. Stripper gets hurt, doesn't hit the pole, she gets paid? No.
Hell yeah! Hey, that's just
Stripper get hurt. Stripper get hurt.
There's no union for them,
She gets replaced. ASAP. She gets replaced.
That's what. But you said she fall off the pole. But she falls off the pole. That's no money.
I didn't say no. I said, does she get paid if she doesn't get on the pole?
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
The stripper has diversified her portfolio. Thank you. She's on OnlyFans. Thank you very much. Now, our next topic.
Yeah, I'm playing games now.
Hold on. Let's go to the next. That was good.
That's great.
I'm playing games now. I'm playing too many games. Get them out of here.
I forgot to mention that OKC parade to celebrate their championship will be held on tomorrow in OKC. So,
I'm surprised it wasn't today because they had the buses ready last night. You seen that?
Yeah.
You see that clip? Yo, so going into the game, they already had the buses made for OKC. But the thing is, it's just like the t-shirts and the hats. They also had it for Indy, but nobody caught the Indy ones on cam, so it looked real bad. It looked real bad. Hey, so Mike says Halliburton earned more respect from true basketball fans by trying to play and getting hurt than he would have by sitting out. He's 2 stem cell injections away from coming back stronger anyways. Yeah, cool. Loses, no matter what you say, loses the whole year of his career. Doesn't matter.
Yep. That's it.
Loses the whole year of his career.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Now, don't get me in my bag because, what I would say, just like with that there. So he's condoning crashing out. That's it. That's crash out. He's going out there knowing he's going to get hurt, and we celebrating him crashing out. No, we need to learn longevity.
You're also condoning crashing out because you're the one saying I'll show you how. Because you're the one saying they got to play. I paid money to go watch. So that's the same thing.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, the expectation is for them to play because that's what I'm paying for. Just like, Michael Jordan. How many
part of the problem?
Michael Jordan, Kareem, all these old heads, they played the game of basketball. We weren't watching them on the bench.
Michael missed the season. Whole season. Michael missed the whole season because of injury. It happens.
Yeah, wait, but we're talking about one season. That's my point. We're not talking about him missing single games in the season. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, we talked about Kevin Durant last week and the rumors of the trade. Well, this week he's actually gotten traded to the Rockets. Let's see, the Rockets get KD, and the Phoenix Suns they get Jalen Green and they get Dylan Brooks
and the 10th
and 5 second-round picks. 2025, 2 in 2026, 1 in 2030. And 1 in 2032. Do you guys think this was a good trade for the Rockets and a good trade for Phoenix?
It's a great trade for both because both teams won and both teams lost.
Okay.
They both won and they both lost. They both got something that they needed, and they both lost something that was probably more valuable than what they got. I say that because a 10th overall pick in this draft, this is a pretty good draft. It's probably going to be a decent player. And also, Jalen Green is going to be a really good player in this league. It's just he's too young, and the Rockets are ready to win now, and he's not ready to carry them as their lead scorer. So they had to move on from that situation. Plus, they're going to have to pay him eventually a lot of money because he's, like I said, really young and talented. So both teams needed to do this. I think the Rockets did great. They got a great score. I worry about his age. And he's already been through an Achilles injury. I worry about his age, But if he stays healthy, they get 25, 5-5, basically, which is exact and big shot making at the end of games, which is exactly what they lacked this year. They have everything else: rebounding, defense, athletes. They got all of it. They just needed a pure scorer and a game closer. They got that. Phoenix, they might flip him, Jalen Green. I've heard competing stories. I don't know what's going to happen. They can't do it yet. They might flip him. I don't know. But the truth is Phoenix actually got better because Jake will tell you that's his team.
I thought about to go to next with Jake, since this is his team. Like, what are your thoughts on this trade here, Jake?
Dang, super disrespectful that the Phoenix fan didn't get to go first on this topic. But all right, Will, I like how you went off for a minute.
He started off with Rockets. That's not your team.
Unfortunately, no. He said both. Get out. Unfortunately, everything Will said I agree with. And the only thing that I'm hearing out of the Phoenix camp is that they're really going to try to push to get Beal out now. They're going to try to figure out a way. They're either going to buy him out or try to find a place that he wants to go so that they can actually move him.
Crazy.
I know, because that's a very expensive contract. But they're going to try to figure out a way to move on from him. Will, that's the first time I've heard anything about trying to flip Jalen Green. I've heard fans say that that's a fun idea to play with because they could get some good value back for him. But I haven't heard any of that being like a main source of anything, but a lot of fans saying that.
No, that was like the number one rumor right after the trade happened, and that they were planning on flipping him. But I've heard competing stories, so.
I like the idea of him staying. I like the idea of Beal leaving. Dylan Brooks brings attitude to this team, which we so badly need because everyone's a fucking wet paper bag here. So I'm cool with it. We didn't get our first round picks back that we gave up for Durant, but we got a bunch of seconds that could turn into decent picks as well. So, I can't talk. The only thing that can make this better is if we can get rid of Beal as well. But I'm fine with this.
Hard to do.
I think we got better.
Moving Beal is difficult. There's first of all, that contract is awful. Yeah. The contract is awful. And on top of that, he has a no trade clause. So not only is it an awful contract, not only is it an awful contract, he has to want to go where he's going. So with all those stipulations in place, I whittled it down to 2 teams, and I got rid of one. The only real team that can make a move for Beal without him buying out is Miami. And the trade would be Wiggins.
Hawkins.
No, it's not Hawkins, but they're probably going to want Hawkins too. But it's Wiggins and Rozier and some picks. It makes the money match. They can do that, and actually Miami gets better by doing that. That's the only trade that's really going to be viable. So if Beal does get moved, look for him to go to Miami. And also Miami was looking to get KD, and they missed out on KD. So they're looking to still get a guy.
So a quick question. So KD, he leaving the Suns, right? They had Booker and some other guy than Beal, right? They had some good players, right?
Yeah,
Booker.
But he's going to, they had built the team around KD. So I mean, if he didn't do well over there, so I don't think he's going to do well with the Rockets, even though
they didn't really do nothing over there. They ain't built nothing over there. What they tried to build was a superstar empire. They thought Durant along with Bill and Booker would be the pieces. Phoenix is fucking sorry, Jake. Your team sucks. And the franchise sucks. It's over. It's over. And the
we could be the Lakers.
Kevin Durant was going to the Rockets because of the Ime effect. He wanted to play with Ime for a minute. The Celtics could have kind of went with the Jason Tatum situation right now if Ime was still the coach because he was looking to get KD into that mix. So, Will said earlier, as a loss, win-win for both teams, loss for both teams. I feel like the Rockets couldn't bring another young guy in. They got a great developmental system, so they couldn't bring that top 10 guy in. They got the luck of the draw, so what they do, they went to go get the goal. Hopefully, and that's Kevin Durant. So that's a good trade for the Rockets. Phoenix is done. Finish.
You said Phoenix? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was like, not Will, but I'm saying too, you finished what I was saying because they tried to build a super team and they missed. They got their record is 30. They went 36-46. They was ranked number 11. I mean, if this is what you're trying to do and you missed the mark horribly, I can't get behind your next move. So I think this is
But so when you said that the Suns try to build a team around Durant, well, they really kind of built it around Booker, and the truth is they put 3 guys together and expected them to be so great that they would overcome the fact that they had no bench or any other great role players. That's not really building a team around a guy. You know what's building a team around a guy? Having an entire team of defensive athletic guys who can pass the ball, and all they need is a scorer.
Man, where the TikTok stuff you get that from? Back in my days, you build a team with a guy. You have a one person, a Michael Jordan, a Scottie Pippen. You have an Anthony Hardaway. You have a Shaquille O'Neal. It's two people. It's a Batman and a Robin.
You know about
I've never heard of. So you build a whole athletic bench. This is the first.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
They just won a ring last night.
You have a star, and then you have a person. You have a Batman and a Robin. Everybody else
Who's the second superstar on OKC? They just won a championship. Who's the second superstar on OKC?
Jalen Williams. He's one of them. He's the
He's an all-star.
Jalen Wilson.
He's an all-star.
I just said all-star. I said a Batman and a Robin. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. They'll have that with the Rockets. Sengun is nasty, and so is Amen Thompson. Unbelievable players. He'll have three guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Like, that's new. It's, normally, it's just two players, and then you have role players after that.
What happens is the market and how much money people are getting that you got to swindle for three now. You know what I'm saying? Two's what we grew up on. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And those teams that can still win with two guys at the primary guys, shout out to them. But it's more team implemented now, a lot more team friendly in the sense, I feel, in terms of the rock share and everybody gets to shoot. You know what I'm saying? So, so I agree with both of y'all points. You know what I'm saying? Points of both on solid, man. There's certain things that's never going to blend out of our heads as like purists or people that watch the game for years. But we have to realize as a whole that things are going to change. And if you can't appreciate what the game is today necessarily, hey, there's another TV for something else. You know what I'm saying? You got your opinion, but at the end of the day, basketball is basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? How you slice it.
Like they said, if you don't know your history, you don't know what's in front of you. And that's what us old heads is here for, to make sure you being a Dallas Cowboys fan, you should, I would think you appreciate the historian.
No, I'm an old head too. And guess what? I'm still involved with the game today. I'm still involved with homies playing basketball, getting to the next level, and all that stuff. So yes, basketball is blood. You don't got to be old and go away with the game's never gonna be the same. The game is here.
Right, we're talking about
this. Now, tell me this right quick. So we just talked about in the story before this how the league is all changed. It's not as physical. They're like it's not the same game anymore. They're shooting threes. So how would you expect to build a team, a championship team, the way the old league would work in the new league? That doesn't make sense.
Who said that? I just said
you said
this. No. When I said when you said building a team is multiple players, I just said, hey, that's new to me. I'm used to two people. That's it. And then there's role players. That was all I was saying.
Yeah, but there was whole big three teams: the Miami Heat, the Celtics.
That wasn't my years. That wasn't. It was the New York Knicks.
Did you stop watching basketball entirely?
Yes.
All right.
Fair enough.
That's solid news for the NBA there. Let's talk WNBA. We talked about Caitlin Clark returning, but now the past couple of games she's struggled. The previous 2 games, her average has been 15 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 9.5 assists per game, 7 turnovers.
I could struggle that much. I wish I could struggle to the tune of 15, 5, and 9. I wish I could struggle like that.
Right, exactly.
That's what that's superstar level.
Yeah, right. Is this struggle blown up here? Just a media thing here?
It's supposed to be. Anytime LeBron does anything, what happens? Everybody overreacts, right? Luka, those type of guys. Yes. That's what's going to happen. When you're a superstar, you get superstar treatment in both ways. Yes. You get overloved when you do things that are great, and then you get hated on when you don't do things that's great. Like 15, 5, and 9, please. Every point guard in the NBA right now would take that. Every single one. And not only would they take it, they would take it to the fucking bank. Like,
But that came from volume. She started off like 1-17, and and that's where a lot of the pushback came from. Because she didn't start off hot. But with that, like it was mentioned, she's a superstar. Now, if she was a role player, we wouldn't be sitting down talking about how she ended, because she ended with a pretty good stat line. But it's just like we all know, the media, we have to talk about something, and especially if it's Caitlin Clark. But we're not going to talk about, her shooting Steve Curry like 3-pointers from, damn near half court. That only was in the news cycle for maybe 2 hours, and then now it's going on to her pushing down JC Sheldon. So, just like it was mentioned, once you get that superstar treatment, it's a double-edged sword. Yes, you might get the calls in the game, but if you don't get the production, you're definitely going to get, the naysayers and the people and the trolls, just like Angela Reese talking about.
Man, listen here. This is everything. This is what's deserving of her being where she is. Because if they put it there, or her game, which her game talks a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's great talk. Got it here. And all I'm gonna say in regards to this is you gotta get out this, struggle. You put the faith on her. She was hurt, came back, you know what I'm saying? But that doesn't change the narrative. We're not giving you no days to relax. We're not giving you no days to rep game. You've had a rough stretch. But the worst part about it is not even the shooting. Because we know we live in the world of Steph Curry. You're going to live and die by the 3. That's what she's doing. The turnovers is the issue in these games. I mean, high volume turnovers, all this and that. But the WNBA, with the WNBA growing, that's what we used to see. Turnovers back and forth. One of the things that we want to keep mistake-free in a sense, and it's never going to happen, but less turnovers. So she needs to work on that, and we're going to give something for Caitlin Clark to work on. And yes, she can. There's times where she overpaces herself, just like Angel Reese in the game. But she'll get out this funk, you know what I'm saying? And she'll hit 8 threes one of these days. But then she'll miss 17 over a course of 3 games. This is the way of Caitlin Clark's game. This is what it's going to be. Take it or leave it.
Mike says the WNBA might want to smarten up before they lose Clark to the Euro League. She's the only reason anyone pays attention to the league, so they need to protect her just a little bit. Here's the thing, though. While that is a fact,
that ain't a fact.
It is.
How is it a fact? To explain how is that a fact?
Ratings alone. When she got hurt, ratings dropped. Clearly. It's not a question. Ticket sales dropped. Their ticket sales in the Fever went from fucking like they were $3 tickets when she was out. They were $3 tickets. Like that, she is what people are tuning in to see. But the thing is that mindset is why everybody hates her. Though. We got to stop.
I mean, but that's what makes all of that's what makes us talk about her. That the fans' mindset of that right there, because yes, she brought fan base, but if there was no league for her to go to, okay, she goes to the Euro League. Who's going to tune in? How are you going to get those leagues? Let's just talk that out. She goes to the Euro League. How are you going to watch?
I wanted to see, was that even possible?
Thank you. So that's what I'm talking about. So yes, Caitlin Clark does do a lot for the league, but at the end of the day, it's still a league that, guess what? Paige Beckers is on her way to not getting the same notoriety, but it's getting similar.
We're getting no similar numbers than Caitlin was rookie year. Nope. Definitely getting up those numbers. Shout out to Paige. Shout out to Paige.
Wait, she's the fastest one. Wait. Time out. What are we talking about? Paige Beckers just broke a record.
No, the averages over the first, you know how they do it well. Averages over the first 17 games rookie career. Yeah. Numbers are identical. Numbers are real identical between the two ladies. And Paige is gonna grow. We gotta remember too. And we shout Caitlin Clark, you know what I'm saying, for praise her game. But like I said about the NBA, it's a beautiful game. The girls' game is evolving, and right now we got Caitlin there, but we're going to see so much talent over the course of the next 5 to 7 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just
because Caitlin's the ace. Caitlin's got us to where we need to, but the game's only going to grow, and people appreciate everything, all the talent that's around. There's a lot of talent in the league. This is not 3
Put it
girls.
like this.
More than that.
The NBA was there for
that's the point I was trying to convey.
The NBA was around for 40 years. They did okay. When did they blow up? 2 players. Magic and Bird. And then when did it really take off? 1 player. Jordan. She's Jordan.
Wait, okay. It can be debated when you say Magic and Bird. Who's the guy on the NBA logo?
Everyone says it. That's the
Who's
fact.
the guy on the NBA logo?
Jerry West.
That's my point. So how is it if anyone had a bigger influence than the guy who's on the logo?
People have petitioned to change it to Jordan.
I agree. I agree.
People have petitioned to change it to Jordan. So,
but that's what I'm saying. And these are all the things that all the adversities that these superstars have to push through. Just how we're comparing, Jerry West to the MJ to the Bird, all of these people, and this is, the things that they have to push through, in their everyday lives, even when on and off the court. That's just why, with Caitlin Clark, who came to her aid when she was going through all these issues as a rookie. LeBron James, because why he was able to identify all of these expectations that the fans put on these players. So the biggest thing there is just it's the fans.
I agree.
Yeah, let's talk about Bobby here.
I think Sabrina is the best in the league.
Sabrina has enough game to be yapped about in the discussion. I will not say she's the best player in the game, but she has another game.
Her and Asia are the best.
She's definitely on that top 5. You want to pick 5, 10?
Yeah. It's hard to say she's the best with Asia.
New York Liberty got 2, maybe 3 of the best players in the league. Jones is hurt right now, but it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Asia's Uno probably. But
all right.
Sabrina right there.
Cool. Well, we gave you about 40 good minutes of basketball talk.
I almost got it to an hour. I almost got it there. Just to fuck with you, Dale.
Basketball. All right.
Yay, baseball with metal bats.
That's right. We talk about America's game, baby. America.
It's not America's game anymore. It's football. You know that.
America. Baseball and hot dogs. All right. America.
Glizzy.
American dream.
He said
that's
baseball
right.
and
Champions
Glizzies.
was crowned yesterday. The LSU Tigers have won their 8th national championship, sweeping Coastal Carolina. They beat them in the second game 5-3. And this is the second title in the last 3 years.
They cheated.
Game 1 started out with our outstanding sophomore pitcher, Cade Anderson. Once again, if you want a good player, you need to get him from LSU. This is
these people?
The number one guy in strikeouts.
LSU commercial.
The number one guy in strikeouts in the NCAA. He is projected to go number 2 in the draft, Will. Number 2.
Why not number 1? Why not number 1 if this is the best place?
Well, I don't know. But,
good topic. What's next?
Wrap it up, B.
This is a dope because we see like sports turning and changing, and you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I talked about this parity thing. So it's kind of good that LSU, who's dominated college baseball, say 8th championship, they continue to dominate. Shout out to the organization, shout out to the team, shout out to the draft prospects that are going to turn, draftees and have great MLB careers, man. They didn't lose a single game in this College World Series, and that's another thing. And Dale, shout out to you because there were eyes on the College World Series, and there was about probably 6 to 8 more eyes because you talked about college baseball, and I appreciate that. So
I ain't want that shit.
Well, y'all fault, y'all bad. Well, yeah, I mean, shout out to LSU, shout out to Coastal Carolina because they were on like a 25-game win streak until
and they got cheated.
So
you throwing out coaches for nothing.
So if we're talking about the coach getting put out of the game, all right, the Coastal Carolina's coach got put out the second game, in the first inning, for arguing calls with the ump. Like umps wasn't taking no stuff early.
That's in baseball. That's in baseball.
That's
fine. The fix was in.
If you're ump, exactly. If you're an ump, don't take no shit. But then do your fucking job. He was missing strikes everywhere.
So here's
why the batters weren't hitting the ball?
Here's the deal.
Not strikes. You don't swing at not strikes. Baseball.
The umpire gave the guy his warning.
Exactly. Yep.
You can't argue ball and strike. These are the rules.
By the way, gave him a warning for nothing. He warned both teams.
No warning. And then he keeps talking stuff to the ump. He tells his ump, you missed 3 balls.
3 calls.
Yes.
Figure it out. Do your job.
That ump's as bad as Manny Gonzalez.
Ump is like, look, I already gave you this warning. Get the hell out.
Exactly.
First base guy. What the hell, bro? Hold on. Well, guess what? You get the hell out too.
Exactly. Nobody want to hear that. Go with your partner. Oh, y'all friends? Y'all came together? Get y'all ass out of here.
You and your mitts. Take him the dog. Get him the fuck out of here.
Listen, as a baseball, player, that's one of the things I enjoy, watching the umps eject somebody, because they just over-exaggerate. Ain't nothing like they'll go from home plate all the way to first base talking about they'll eject you, so I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Bobby. Per the rules, once you've been warned, you cannot leave that dugout.
Right.
You leave that dugout, guess what? You go.
It's easy.
Listen,
that's fine. I guess we should have just let the umps completely blow this game by not calling anything balls and strikes correctly.
This goes down to the number one rule: players play the game, umps referee the game. That's it. When you start and coaches coach the game. Once they start trying to do other people's job, see, it ain't like basketball and football where you got to deal with that crap. Get your ass out of here in baseball. See what I'm saying?
So,
all right. So all jokes aside, you also as an ump got to realize that pressure and everything is up. This is the championship game. You got to give guys a little more leash than that. Like if you're missing calls, you got to give them.
So basically, you got the story wrong from the story, and I'll let y'all get back to the debate. That the argument continued through like an inning and some change. Mm-hmm. So gave him multiple opportunities to shut the fuck up.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about.
They the police. The umps are the police.
It was first inning.
No. In game time, in terms of game time, you got to realize that's TV
right.
time.
But yes, it was still later on.
So if the dude's 20 minutes later still barking in baseball time, where the fans you're supposed to hear the fans, and they hear you, get your ass out of here. Hey, they're the police for a reason, dog.
They also didn't they throw the second guy out because the ump bumped into him and the ump fell because he's old, and they were like, get him out of here. Like, what?
Yeah, now I feel like you're trying to. Now I feel like y'all trying to jump me. Now I gotta put the handcuffs out on you. Now I gotta put the baton out.
Thank you.
But it
That's what I was trying to say.
It was all ups and one coach. He bumped the coach. He fell, and then he threw the guy out for him being clumsy.
Yes. Didn't Dale introduce this segment as America's game? Right. Listen, you bumped the goddamn police. You think?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. He didn't bump the ump. The ump bumped him. But
listen, I know what you said, but look how it's going to get written up. You bumped the police. It don't matter. Listen, they could hit you with the stick. They're going to say you ran into the stick. This is America.
Too, right? You think that's wrong, too, right? So how we advocating for this bullshit?
So game one of this series, one of LSU's batters got hit by a ball. And that's a whole nother thing.
That's another part
that happened during this tournament. The whole rule of getting hit by a baseball, if you move away from the ball or move into it, that's a whole nother thing there. But
I'm gonna like the whole team come out and fight. Like I told you, it's two parts of baseball I like. When a player get hit by the ball because there's a fight, and then when the ump get ejected. So,
but LSU's coach disagreed with that call.
How is hockey not your favorite sport? How is hockey not your favorite sport? Hockey should be your favorite fucking sport. They do everything.
LSU's coach disagreed with that call of the hit batter getting called out. Now, the ref gave him ump gave him a warning. Now he could have continued to argue. He could have left the dugout, but when the ump gave you that warning, he said he got in his head like, okay, my team needs me to maintain my composure, not leave this dugout, and get to the next pitch. And that's what he did, and we won that first game. So your coach, Coastal Carolina coach, should have took it upon himself to move on, go to the next pitch.
Thank you.
All right, so if we living by the law or the rule, I don't want to hear shit about Tuck rule no more. They called it the right way. Shut up. That starts with you, Mike.
Yeah, that's it. So congratulations again to the LSU Tigers.
Yes.
Baseball team. Yes, indeed.
Congratulations to LSU and screw you, Dale.
They don't
and
have
Bobby's
the most
happy ass too. Fuck y'all.
They don't have the most championships in college baseball. USC does. They don't have the most wins all time. Texas does. But LSU is on that tune with the greats of college football.
That's cool.
That's for coach. That's for coach.
Hey, we don't have the same budget as in Louisiana as Texas schools have. So
that's right. That's right. Let's talk some NFL. SHEDEUR Sanders ticketed several times for speeding. Even his brother kind of made fun of him. Was like, we got to be careful walking crossing the street. SHEDEUR Sanders out here, you know. So this last ticket I saw, he got for doing 91 and a 65.
Mm-hmm. And y'all can watch these videos on our YouTube channel. So you can see SHEDEUR Sanders getting ticketed. You can see all of this stuff on our STWF TV in our shorts. But
absolutely.
Hey, you said SHEDEUR. This is another.
Some of y'all was defending SHEDEUR.
No. No. You always trying to jump the gun. Is this something else? This is recent tickets? This is another set of tickets?
It was two. Yeah.
Okay. Will, see, this is why I always try to see a second and third one. Then we're gonna have to not defend him no more. I can defend him if
the first one.
Now, if you give me news that he's done this more than once, now ugly showing him.
Yeah.
Now
this has been at least the second ticket he got in the last month.
So I'm not defending SHEDEUR today, but I'm gonna defend him for the first one. I can't defend for the second one. You know how I like this.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
And the dude was going like 100 and something in a truck. The police pulled up and asked him like, "Damn, bro, how you even going this fast in this truck?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
also he probably pushing a Range Rover. Them shit they made to go that fast. He got chill. He gonna die like.
Mike said he drive like that every day, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, and that's their privileged life because if y'all check out the short on our YouTube channel, the police was like, "Is that the Sanders that got drafted?" He asked his police, his police, what they call a coworker? What the police call a coworker? They call it. Oh, that. See, I don't speak police talk. But he went back and asked the police co-worker, was like, "Hey, is that such and such?" He was like, "Yeah, that's when they got drafted." And then the whole thing changed. And I mean, we spoke about privilege from, in one of our past shows. And, and I think like that was just one of it there. So, you asked me. Yeah.
So this one, Bobby. We have all done it, speeding without realizing it. But usually it's like, okay, I drive my old car and then I get a rental. Well, that rental picks up real quick and it's just going, So yeah, I could mistakenly just go real fast in this rental because it's easy.
also, you're not.
I would speed right now.
Oh shit!
He's snitching. Mute his mic so he rat on himself. Oh,
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I stopped at yellow lights. You think speed ain't a big deal? I ain't speeding.
Man, go faster.
Your hands on wheel. Shit. My girl get mad at me now. I stop at yellow lights. Like, why you stop at a yellow light? Because I don't want to get pulled over. That's the easy way
black in America.
Yes, thank you. I didn't want to say it, but yes, that's the damn reason. Yes, getting any reason to get interaction with the police is not a good deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yes. And, in coming to Texas, I have never in my life gotten a warning until I came to Texas. I get pulled over for traffic stop, jaywalking, seatbelt. If two things happen, I go to jail or I get a ticket. Period. There is no other difference. So, I'm feeling some type.
What did you say, Will?
Chinese female, who knew? I said, Unc got pulled over for driving while black in Texas. That's a problem. You got to be careful.
Everywhere. Look, all they
last time I came from Texas. So those warnings are real.
Hey, I'm shot. Listen, I like Texas. That's why I ain't leaving. I got my first warning in Texas. Prior to that, I get pulled over as either jail or a ticket. So the fact that SHEDEUR didn't get neither, I'm hating. What a red hat. I need a red hat for that shit.
He said, I'm hating. That's crazy.
All right. Also in the news, 5-time Pro Bowler linebacker CJ Mosley has retired from the NFL on his 33rd birthday. So this is former Alabama player here. So,
stay up out of that.
Mm-hmm. So, yep.
Congratulations to him in his career. Hope he has a great life after.
Yeah. And also, look, we had a lot of news for signings from former UFL players. In particular, I would like to highlight Jaden Prince, the cornerback from the Arlington Renegades. He played 10 games, leading the league with 13 pass breakups, recorded a 27 total tackles, 2 for loss. This is definitely the position of need in New Orleans, so I'm excited to have him there. Look, come in, contribute, please. We need the help.
Don't care about Barry Wesley, who also went to the Saints. Or
no. Defensive back. We need cornerbacks. I'm really excited about this
everything. Team is awful.
Yeah. That's why we need a defense, because we expect our offense to give the ball up. So, but definitely shout out to those Arlington Renegade players, man, and the New Orleans Saints. I'm becoming a fan of you all now because you all support the UFL. So, shout out to the Saints, man. And Seth Green, he's definitely going to make an impact, and those other guys that they signed as well. But that was it.
Also from the Renegades, Perion Winfrey went to Dallas. Also from the Renegades, Sal Cannella went to the Browns.
Big Sal at the Browns, yes, sir. Sal, we got an interview, so y'all can watch our interview with Sal Cannella on our YouTube channel. So he models who was that? Kelsey. That was one of his favorite players. So that was just a matter of time. Same type of athleticism. Like to catch the ball high. Real witty guy. And he has his own clothing line too. So that's one thing that I like about players. It's always hey, you got one thing, but you got to find different money streams. Because at the end of the day, that's extracurricular. That's going to end. You're going to get hurt. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to the UFL and the NFL for extending people's dreams.
You get a warm-up hat and all that. So even if you cut, I say my dream was to be just on the training team or something. Shout out to these fellas, dog. Real talk.
Yeah. The training camp's going to be starting up pretty soon, man. We're going to have all kind of NFL news coming up pretty soon here. So you guys stay tuned.
AB's still on the run, baby.
73 days. 73 days away from football, where a real sport starts again.
There we go. All right. And like we always like to do, we're wrapping up the show with wrestling. What, Will? Wrestling. That's right.
Wrestling.
Hey, yo.
Scissor toes.
I'm actually watching Raw right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Nah, man. Come on, fam.
So this is from SmackDown. John Cena went up against Ron Killings, aka R-Truth. And he hit him with the WWE title, got disqualified. Eventually, CM Punk comes out. They talk smack, and John Cena puts him to a table. And he continues to mock him. And he pretty much drops a pipe bomb. This is CM Punk's favorite thing to do, right? Is to sit there and talk and talk about things you shouldn't talk about. So Cena dropped some names he shouldn't have mentioned, and he said some things he shouldn't have said and stuff on the mic. Do you think this was an actual pipe bomb, or do you think this was?
This is John Cena. This is John Cena's last year. Everything in the kitchen sink is gonna come out here. This is actually the hardest to me John Cena's been since his return. Real talk. And y'all know my thoughts on the John Cena whole bullshit with the title, and they're going to let him carry it for the next 6-7 months or whatever the case is. I don't like it. But that right there, I love it. And then the fans love it too, because you kind of see that they can't really boo this man as much as they really want to. Now, we know the boos are usually because, he's boring in the ring at times, but he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? He's carried the company forever. John, man, and he made CM Punk out of all people like a little puss boy. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And now we have to look at what Triple H really signed CM Punk for. You're getting the title match now. Your title match is against John Cena, who's not going to lose the title. So what do they really think about you? They gave you the main event on night 1 of WrestleMania. What did the WWE really think about CM Punk? Is this just like, we just need money and sales, so we're going to sign you? And we're not really going to make you the big man. We're just going to keep you as what you are, because what he is he can deliver tickets and deliver fans. John's the man for this. He going to whoop his ass at Night of Champions, wherever it is, because it's not a Saudi no more.
It's not a Saudi anymore?
That's the rumor. Moveheads is being moved because you know what? We'll speak
snap, son.
And yeah. Chop Up Tuesday. Come chop it up with us. It's going to be a lot to chop or yap about. You heard?
Wow. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that was supposed to be held in Saudi Arabia. So, we're going to see if this
weekend. This weekend.
Moved. Yeah, it's this weekend, too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's going to be moved to Boston, Mass. Hopefully.
Yeah. What do you think they would have it at if they did move it? They're going to sell tickets quick. So it's somewhere in the Northeast.
They got to have it in Orlando. They got to have it in Florida. I think the best way to have it would be, honestly, in one of those venues in Florida, maybe. Okay.
I say some town in Connecticut that we don't really know the name of, but it's not too far from where the headquarters would be.
Yeah,
that's what I think. So okay. Wow, that's something to keep an eye on, man, and see where they're gonna have this event at. So, all right, let's do some final thoughts. We wrapping this thing up, man. Jake, I'm coming to you first, man. Give me some final thoughts. Shout outs, Jake.
Hey, shout out to all you guys for letting me be late. Shout out to the comments you guys were going off tonight. I hope they cancel this event in Saudi Arabia, move it somewhere nice, because I don't think they should be getting any pay-per-views at all. Have a great night, everybody.
There we go. There we go.
They paying motherfuckers big bag.
All right, Will.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to you fellas. Shout out to Unc joining us for another show. And shout out to Dale for putting together a good show, even though he added LSU baseball. Gross.
Go Tigers. All right.
Go Tigers.
Just a couple quick gabbers, man, before we head out tonight. John Jones retires from the UFC. Yep. Still claims that he wasn't ducking Asinal, and I don't think he was. This is John Jones, the way of life.
Definitely was.
When you got control of a company, that's what you can do. AB's still on a run, and the Wizards pick up Chris Middleton's $33.3 million option, which is crazy because I would have let him go.
Yeah, it's all bad in Washington.
So, yes, and the Athletics are finally building their new stadium, I believe, in Vegas.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's news for me tonight. AB's still on the run, baby. He tells his baby mom to go get a job because they ain't paying child support no more. That's all I got.
All right, Coach. Shout outs.
Shout out to you fellas as always, man. Great show tonight. Shout out to my Dallas Mavs. Gafford is locked up, and I just saw PJ will be locked up by August, making a run for the 2026 title. And the flag lands Wednesday night.
All right. Onk.
Hey, appreciate it. Listen, shout out to everybody that tapped in with us, and make sure that y'all like, share, subscribe, and y'all go and check out our website, stwfsports.com, for all your sports, news, entertainment. You can actually watch our shows live from the website. You can watch all our past shows from the website. You can also listen to our podcast right on the website. So, if you're looking for a place to get all your sports news, check out our website, stwfsports.com. That's all I got.
All right.
Heard.
So, check us out tomorrow for the chop up. Bring a friend, bring your enemy, bring everybody. Shout out to the chat. Everybody who commented, Mike, Bobby, Brandon, and everybody else that I forgot. How about that?
You guys are big names, man. We appreciate everybody. Like, share, subscribe, man. And keep tuning in until you rock out. You heard?
Absolutely. So we will see you again tomorrow for the chop up. Hold on, I forgot about this one. Will.
Hey, don't bring no red hat.
Hey, Will, why can't Miss Piggy count to 70? At 69, she gets a frog in her throat. Whoa. Yuck. We out.
There we go. We out. Check us out tomorrow. We'll see.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.